Never in my life I have met a man who has made me not feel apologetic about my talent. Never in my life I have met a person who, oh my God, I feel so emotional. I'm not usually like that, but I want to say that he's one person who has made me feel good about my talent.
Probably the most polarizing figure from the Hindi film industry is Kangana Ranaut, an individual that, especially in the last few years, outside of her filmography and performances, has created a loyal and active fan base, while at the same time has also consistently annoyed individuals that get to see her tweets about everything under the sky. From what started as a sign of bravery, voicing the unheard and unearthed stories from the Hindi film industry, has, especially on Twitter and through several interviews, transitioned to become aggressive, harsh, and sometimes disgusting. I've been a fan of Ranaut ever since I saw her in Gangster. She had so much potential and such abundant talent, and also represented the rags to riches story. I so vividly remember her long curly hair. She spoke in broken English while accepting her first award, a possibility that dreams can become a reality. Over the years, barring a few performances, I have consistently loved her work. With movies like Fashion, Once Upon a Time in Mumbai, and especially Queen and Tanu Weds Manu, the actor has now established herself as an independent female star, which is somewhat of a rarity in Hindi cinema. But now, as her online persona garners more attention, almost becoming a force even stronger than what she is known for, her craft, the public is divided when it comes to the debate between the art and the artist. Whenever I go for a film in theatres, my portfolio is intended to judge, analyze, and provide an opinion true to me about what I saw. My take on what I do on this channel is that the personalities outside of the fictional world that I have to analyze should be immaterial unless they have been found guilty or are convicted of a heinous crime. I still wholeheartedly say that there are many things that I don't agree with Kangana Ranaut, and for all of you who have seen this channel over the years, I know I have kept my praise of her performances in movies like Manikarnika and Panga independent from the criticism I have voiced regarding her take on fellow actresses and several other countless things. My assessment of Kangana and her online persona have to be independent from one another if I want to showcase any form of credibility regarding my job with this channel. With the video, I will be addressing several aspects of the Thalaivi trailer, what I liked and disliked about it, and finally also tell you what people are saying regarding the upcoming Pan-India project. First of all, I will be lying to you if I didn't confess that I did get goosebumps as I saw the trailer of the movie. The film, much like the MX Player web series Queen, will follow the life of Jayalalitha, the primary character of the film played by Kangana Ranaut, and will chronicle her life from her foray into films, her relationship with MGR, her entry into politics, and the trials and tribulations she faces while having to thrive in a world mostly managed and ruled by men. Kangana possesses the gravitas and intensity that is required for a film that is pitched at this scale. There is an overwhelming command that she has of her surroundings where you can't help but be glued to her expressions as well as dialogue delivery. What I like about the approach taken by Kangana for this role is that she is not imitating Jayalalitha, but is embodying her essence more than anything else. There are many times in the process of obsessing over the physical or the exterior that the portrayals often become gimmicky. A few performances that are fresh in my mind include Anupam Kher's portrayal of Manmohan Singh in The Accidental Prime Minister and Ashton Kutcher as Steve Jobs in the 2013 film Jobs. So I like the fact that Kangana makes this character her own rather than a version which would be an attempt to be a mirror image of the real personality. The film and its pitch also demands for a certain amount of drama, something that we cannot get away from when it comes to commercial cinema. This includes item pieces as once discussed on the Actors Roundtable, which are intended for the claps and whistles of a theatre audience. And I think Kangana, especially after Manikarnika, has proven that she has the ability with her delivery to reach the last row of the theatre, to truly make the audience feel and be invested in the storyline. As someone was rightly saying, you may like her, you may hate her, but to deny that she is not a convincing actor would be straight up delusion. The trailer of the film from a structural point of view is very basic, as it in chronological order follows the biggest milestones of the individual, which kind of bummed me out. as it leaves nothing for the imagination of the viewers and more or less shows them exactly how the movie will commence and conclude. The point of the trailer should not be to expose all the beats of the film, but to provide us a glimpse of what we can expect. From her movie roles, her entry into politics, the ruffled feathers of insecure men in the political party, the demise of MGR, the notorious push on the streets, and the assault in the assembly, almost every event known to the public is showcased in the trailer, which also takes away from the impact these moments would have had if they left it for the theatrical showcase. What I love about the trailer, and which some of you rightly pointed out, is Arvind Swami's glimpse as MGR. I remember the first time watching him in Mani Ratnam's Roja, and then after that in the 1995 film Bombay, and he is such an exceptional actor. More than his ability as a performer, it really does seem like he has embodied MGR in every way, both from his personality to his body language as well. It is also great to see actors in the ensemble cast that includes Bhagyashree, who will play Kangana's mother in the film, and Raj Arjun, who I believe will be the opposing force in Jaya's journey to prominence. There are certain things that I think we can openly discuss and be critical of as well, which includes the limitations that come with prosthetics. If you remember, when the first teaser had come out, it showcased a very artificial and almost bizarre look to Kangana as Jayalalitha, and I commend the creators for at least what it seems like that they have revised the look and worked on it. But if you see the last few minutes of the trailer, Kangana during her dialogue delivery has her mouth barely moving, which I think is a case of excessive prosthetics as well. I hope that it is a one-off case rather than something which will be problematic in the movie. Also, while I love what Kangana is doing with the role by making it her own rather than a version of what we can expect, a lot of Tamil fans pointed out that the intensity and anger with which Kangana performs her dialogues doesn't really embody Jayalalitha as a public personality. Just take this moment for example.
Anyway, your interview is not doing anything to help matters.
My aim, Chief Minister, was to get to the core of the misunderstanding. You said that you
Your
think
aim
the press...
seems to have been to put as many unpleasant questions as possible and try to provoke me.
You know, even in the moment of being angry, irritable, and on the edge, there is a sense of calmness in both her tone and her eyes, which is quite contrary to Kangana's intensity and pitch. This is also a creative decision taken by director Vijay, who has also allowed Kangana a sense of freedom with the role to make it her own, which I think is wise as it doesn't lead to many parallels being created. But a lot of people, as an example, will bring up Ramya Krishnan's performance as Shakti Shashadri in the MX Players series Queen, as she embodied that confidence and calmness in her portrayal. Also, if you would want an idea of the political landscape in Tamil Nadu during that time, with a few creative changes of course, I would highly recommend you watch the 1997 Mani Ratnam film Iruvar, which actually bombed financially when it came out and has aged like fine wine. More than Jayalalitha's story, it beautifully showcases the evolution of the relationship between MGR and Karunanidhi through the magnetic performances of Mohan Lal and Prakash Raj. It's one of those movies you wouldn't believe was made in the late 90s, and how magnificently it captured the contrast of what is preached publicly in politics versus the torrid personal lives of individuals. A lot of people criticize Kangana for not dubbing for the Tamil dialogues, but I think it's a wise decision, as even if she excelled partly in executing it, it would have been deciphered and analyzed to the point of being ridiculed. I think to kill it in the language she is strong at elevates the film rather than spreading yourself too thin. I tweeted about the trailer yesterday and said that you may have whatever take about Kangana as a person, but her boundless talent is undeniable, and even her biggest foes in the industry will confess to you that she is a firecracker of a performer. I think unanimously in my community post yesterday, all of you stated that barring her tweets, which most of you find annoying, it's evident that she is a magnificent performer. I agree. I prefer this Kangana that speaks through her art. I think Thalaivi genuinely looks promising, and I can't wait for India to watch it in several languages. What did you think of the trailer? Write it down in the comments below. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.